My sole purpose in this promotion is to support Jaime, an undefeated, incredible talent who deserves the stage and spotlight at this point of his career. However, I would be remiss if I didn't respond to the man I used to promote. He seems to have trouble remembering who helped him become a true global star. To be clear, I have nothing but respect for Canelo Alvarez as a fighter. His record and abilities speak for themselves. But he has spent much of the last 2 months insulting me rather than promoting this fight. So I'll make it a little bit easier for him. Yes, I have faced a lot of challenges in my life. Yes, I've been to rehab several times. Yes, there were some really low points in my life, and yes, there were times that work was not my priority based on my mental health, which I had neglected for so long. But that doesn't change the fact that Golden Boy built Canelo Alvarez, period. The company you fought under for decades has always had one name, and it's mine. So put some fucking respect on it. As for Jaime, he has always dared to be great, just as he's this Saturday night. And this serves as a bit of a full circle for him. Remember when Jaime was 21 years old, volunteered to step in against Triple G, and Canelo failed 2 drug tests? Though Jaime wasn't allowed to fulfill his dream, 2018, on Saturday night, he will do just that. Fulfill his dream and be world champion.
Tienen que escribirle lo que tiene que decir este pinche maricón, cabrón. Tú lo escribes. ¿Qué lo escribes, pendejo? Tú no escribes nada, cabrón. Tú no haces nada. Tú no haces nada.
Yo lo escribí.
Eres un pendejo, eso es lo que eres.
Eres un baboso, cabrón.
Eres un pendejo, cabrón, porque estás nomás ahí. Los que hacen todos son los que están detrás de ti. Tú eres un pendejo, nomás con la imagen, idiota.
Sí.
Cabrón.
Holy shit. Let me stop this right there. Welcome to Fight Week. I'm TstreeT Controversy with Fight View 360. This is from the final press conference. So let me tell you what my thought process was. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. For one, it's Wednesday, May the 1st, 2024, 5:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Normally, the final press conferences happen on Thursdays. So I was like, okay. Now, press conferences for Canelo fights, the Caleb Plant one, okay. Yeah, Caleb Plant tried to smack him. But for the most part, press conferences are not that exciting. So for Oscar De La Hoya to come out there and just start throwing missiles like that, I mean, look at him. He knew what he was doing. He wrote the whole thing down. But, sheesh. By the way, this fight's going to be $89.99 if you don't have the zone. Whoa. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about the fight. Let's go watch the face-off and also listen to Canelo's response. I just had to confirm through my cable that it was $89.99. Well, look at it like this. It's going to be a good fight. Jaime Munguia, there are some questions about his chin. Well, not his chin, but can he take the punch of Canelo? We've seen him somewhat stumbled and rattled in previous fights. And frankly, he's not the best defensively. Canelo, however, he's getting long in the tooth with all the miles on him, even though he's only 33 years old. I was shocked when I found out that, I looked it up and was like, damn, Canelo's only 33 years old. But he's sharp, skilled, but have the surgeries and the wear and tear on him caught up. He's fighting a young, fresh, in their prime, no weight clauses or anything in Jaime Munguia. And Jaime Munguia may be the bigger fighter. I always looked at Canelo as a 160-pounder masquerading at 168 or 175. I really don't think he belongs there. And as far as David Benavidez is concerned, I know people are like, well, what's going on with that? I do believe Canelo will fight him, and I believe it's going to be Saudi involvement. That's my personal opinion. Canelo can go out not fighting him, but one thing for sure is he seems to have no interest. I'm not going to say he's ducking him. I'm not going to say he's scared. I'm just saying Canelo don't have no interest in it. Like, make of it what you want. Make of it what you want. I think that he sees something that he like, you know what? I don't want to deal with that shit at the end of my career. But it happens to all of our great fighters. Now, before we listen to what Canelo has to say, because it's just like, whoa. One thing you can say about De La Hoya, to go back to what he was saying in his opening speech, is you always want to live your life, at least in my opinion, to leave nothing for no one to threaten you with. So he can drop bombs like that because we already know he had that scandal when he was dressing up in those ladies' clothing, in those undergarments, You know, those horrific photos. Let me tell you, I was in college when that scandal broke. And I was like, yo, man, that ain't really, you know, they do that. This was way before our computer monitors used to be big as shit back then. I used to be, man, that's that Bobby Digital. That's that what they did with Jurassic Park. They took De La Hoya's face and put it on another person. That's not him in those fishnets. I was in denial. By the way, Oscar De La Hoya is my favorite fighter of all time. I got a chance to interview him, too, multiple times. But I was like, no way, man, deep denial. So when he did that press conference and confirmed that was him, broke my heart. Now, we know he's been in and out of rehab. We know he's got some freaky, he a freaky sex deviant. We know all that. But the man's got a net worth of about $300 million. And as you can see, he still got his mental wits about him. You know, he's taking some beatings, but he's still here living the best life, beautiful women. You know, Golden Boy's doing really, really well, despite the fact that, well, you know, they don't have Canelo anymore, but they've been doing well. By the way, I always used to look at Canelo fights like that shit he get on his lip. You know what I'm talking about? Those cold sores. So I've noticed if it's really like prominent and aggressive and like real red, like it's fresh, he had a really good camp. That means he's going to fuck you up. But the one he got now is a little bit healed up. I think he might have peaked. I think he might have had a bad camp. Like when he's got a good flare up like going, he going to knock you out. But anyway, I want you to listen to what Canelo had to say. He was speaking Spanish fast when he was cussing out De La Hoya walking up on him. By the way, shout out to Jaime Munguia, man. He just stuck up in the middle of this. He just trying to do his thing.
With the record 43.
Oh, by the way, we're going to be here after the fight for the post-fight show, breaking down everything in full. I like doing that. So basically what I do is I go live after everybody else. So if you want some late night boxing talks where we delve into highlights, the deep nitty gritty, my show, the TstreeT Controversy, I don't know what I call that. I just call it a post-fight show. But yeah, we're going to talk about this whole card. I'm locked in now. So I'm doing food prep as we speak. It's Wednesday here. The fight's on Saturday night. So I'm doing my food prep. You know, I got to make one run on Friday and a little run on Saturday morning. But for the most part, I'm now dedicated to the fight this week. Here's the card. Let me tell you the fights I'm looking forward to. By the way, the fight week's been dragging, but De La Hoya just made some headlines. Like, where's the buzz? I think this fight's going to do real well among us Mexicans and the Hispanic crowd. But, like, where's the real buzz? I'm excited for it because, for one, Canelo's fighting a young, you know, like, hungry lion. And I'm going to give my thoughts on who's going to win, by the way, and why I think Munguia can pull it off. I got an itchy boxing prediction trigger finger right now. I want to pick Munguia. I think he can do it. I think he can be with a maul Canelo, and I think Canelo going to show some age in there. I feel like an oracle right now. But anyway, I'm looking forward to Amanda Stanionis versus Gabriel Mastri. I like Stanionis. I'm a real big supporter of him. Too bad he's been on a layoff for so long with the Virgil Ortiz situation. Virgil Ortiz kept trying to make 147 pounds. But I'm going to do a deep dive into that fight in a stream and where that fight means at 147. It's for the WBA world title, by the way. We're going to talk about that. Mario Barrios versus Fabian Maidana. That's Chino Maidana's brother for the WBC interim. By the way, both Stanionis and Barrios are fighting to be the mandatory for Crawford, or if Barrios wins, he becomes the full champion WBC if Crawford decides to vacate, and we could possibly see unification between Boots Ennis and Mario Barrios. That can actually happen, and we see the Saudis Matchroom and Al Heyman working together. So, and Stanionis too. So they're all in the Boots in the sweepstakes. Brandon Figueroa versus Jesse Magdaleno. It's going to be a fun fight. But Brandon Figueroa's really grew on me. I used to talk shit about him because I was like, man, that motherfucker too pretty. I don't know what type of shit I was on. But I was like, no, he always trying to be too pretty. I don't like him. I want him to get beat up. That's the type of degenerate boxing fan I am. But I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know what it is, but I like seeing Brandon Figueroa fight. He grew on me. Don't get me wrong. He fights just like his brother, which is, eventually he gonna run into some problems. You know, he literally fights just like his brother. You know, they just lean out there, just bang away. Vito Malnicki's on the Amazon prelims, along with Jesus Ramos. So who else is on this card? I mean, honestly, I'm going to cover probably all five of those cards. Probably not Malnicki. I mean, Malnicki unless he gets knocked out, but I'm probably not going to cover that. But yeah, I'm going to be here watching the card, be here after the fight, going to be here covering the weigh-in, going to be here doing prediction videos in the live stream on the card. Looking at the 160-pound division, let's go see here. By the way, Canelo and Golden Boy, if you don't remember how they broke up, Canelo was having some issues with the contract that he signed with his own at the time. And basically, he was going to have to fight who they told him to fight. So eventually, they ended up breaking up or breaking the contract. And now, even though Canelo still has a good relationship with his own, he's not bound to them, as you can see. There was also a lot of inner things going on with Golden Boy and Canelo, and he didn't like the way things were being handled. But also, he was at that time in his career and his life where he can go on and be his own man. You know, what happens to fighters of his status. My concern is, you know, like, even though he's only 33 years old, I mean, look, you know, you can't deny the resume. 62-2 with 39 KOs, 33 years old. Like, think about it. He's only 33 still. But it seems like he's been around forever, which he has. Remember, he first debuted on HBO back who? Was it Miguel Cotto? Jose Miguel Cotto? Was it what? Or was it one of these fights? I feel like it was sooner. But look, we talking 2010, 14 years ago. And Canelo was already in the mix, you know, at what, 16? I mean, look, man, Matthew Hatton, I watched that fight, covered that fight. I covered Ryan Rhodes on another channel. I covered these fights. It was another channel I was on called Into the Arena where I was doing boxing content back in 2010. And 2011 was really when I started, like, getting serious about it. But look, Shane Mosley fight was 12 years ago. You see what I'm saying? That Mayweather fight was 11 years ago. This September will be 11 years. Last year was the 10th year anniversary. So he's been around, and I'm wondering, you know, if Munguia, think about it, he's going to bring constant pressure. Now, one or two things are going to happen. Canelo's not going to be able to control it, or Canelo's going to be able to knock him out. You know, maybe turn Munguia into a boxer or trying to be a boxer. And we'll see, you know, he's just going to get dismantled. Does Canelo have enough to keep Munguia off of him? He should. Crack him one good time, keep him humble. I'm just not sure, though. I'm just not sure. You know, Jamel Charlo, you know, that fight, whatever. John Ryder, natural 168-pounder, but he's no Munguia. I would pick Munguia to beat him. And Golovkin, we don't know what the hell that. He just was cooked. He just now, we saw how old he got in the Steve Rolls fight. Was it Rolls? The first, the Dev fight, excuse me. And then Zermeta, he was having issues. Murata early, he was having issues. So we saw him age. We don't know if it was the money. We don't know if he just lost his heart. I think he went Hollywood, personally. He got real Hollywood on us, if you don't remember. He stopped really engaging in the media. We couldn't call him Gennady anymore. I mean, we couldn't call him Gennady. I don't know. He changed his name or the pronunciation. He started popping up his collar, wearing, you know, what's it called? Pastel colors like Miami Vice, you know? So he got real Hollywood on us. I didn't like the way he went out, but he hasn't officially retired yet, but I guess we can say he's cooked. So when you really think about it, Bivol just outboxed him. If I was a gambling man, I knew in my gut, I said, yo, that's a bridge too far for Canelo. Bivol gonna beat him. But I'm not a gambling man. But I also made a lot of shit predictions, too, that would have fucking lost me a bunch of money. But anyway, let's go listen to Munguia.
Victories 34 by knockout. He's the former 154-pound world champion from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, Jaime Munguia.
Bueno, ¿qué tal? Buenas tardes a todos. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. Gracias a todos los que hicieron posible esta pelea. La verdad me siento emocionado, me siento muy feliz de que pues ya estemos cerca de la hora de la hora. La verdad creo que tuvimos una gran preparación. Quiero agradecer también a todo mi equipo por todo su apoyo durante todo el campamento. La verdad que lo vuelvo a repetir, me siento feliz, me siento emocionado y ya quiero que llegue el día y pues esperen todos una gran guerra mexicana y pues viva México. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much, everybody, for being here. I'm so happy, so excited. It's almost fight day. I want to thank my team for being behind me the whole way, and you can expect a full-out Mexican war. So tune in. You're not going to be disappointed, and I'm looking forward to what's going to be a great fight on Saturday night.
And now it is time to meet the face of boxing.
I guess we'll listen to Canelo. He pissed. Canelo is pissed.
Four-division world champion. He recently dominated the undisputed 154-pound champion Jermell Charlo back in September. He is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO super middleweight world champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias. Gracias a todos por estar aquí. Como siempre, bien preparado, con mucho entusiasmo, contento de poder presentar esta pelea entre dos mexicanos, la primera vez en la historia, peleando los 4 títulos. Contento por eso, que estamos a unos días. Obviamente él viene a ganar, yo vengo a ganar. Eso quiere decir que va a ser una gran pelea, ¿no? Nos respetamos abajo del cuadrilátero, pero no quiere decir que vengamos a jugar matatena, ¿no? Venimos a pelear, venimos a darlo todo. El sábado vamos a ganar contundentemente y a eso venimos, que todo el mundo disfrute y que sea una fiesta mexicana. Y para este imbécil intento de gente que tengo aquí a mi izquierda, que no se le olvide que yo ya vine siendo el Canelo a Estados Unidos y que solamente lucró con mi nombre. Nunca perdí un solo centavo, sino nomás ganó dinero. ¿Ya le pagaste a Golovkin lo que le quería robar? Sí, muy bien, porque sí, también, pero si no hubiera metido a mis abogados, me lo robas. Es lo único que hace este hombre es ser una lacra del boxeo, robarle a los boxeadores. Para el que esté con él, meta por favor ahí a sus abogados, porque seguramente les está robando. Es lo único que viene a hacer al boxeo. Y a lo único que viene es a robarle la atención a Jaime Munguia. No viene a promoverlo. También le roba la atención a la gente que hace las cosas para la cocina. Ya no saben si hacerlas como consoladores o como cazuelas o algo. Porque acá se las mete el muchacho. Gracias a todos. Nos vemos el sábado.
Of course, Martin is not going to translate that. It'd be great if somebody in the comments would do me a solid. And I'll put your Twitter or something or your social media in the description box. But if you can translate that, I know it was a lot, and I'll pin it to the top of the comments. But, bro, he is hot. And, yeah, man, once again, this broke my heart, especially this when we got his ass tooted up. I ain't like this. I ain't like this one at all. And it's like, bro. So he partying with some chicks, obviously hella high. You know, the bitches get him to dress up, take pictures, go sell the pictures to the media. It's like, what were you thinking, bro? But what makes a person do that? Like, I could never be so drunk, or even if I did any type of hard drugs, I can't never say to myself like, yo, I'm gonna dress up like a bitch. Let me get that fishnet. Yeah, let me put that on. Yeah, hey, bitch, take a picture of this. Hey, man, look, start shadow boxing. Like, bro. And are those his shoes? I had so many questions. I said, well, wait a minute. How do those shoes fit like this? Are those his shoes? Did he buy all this? Say, yeah, I'm going to go out with these. Like, how do you plan? I'm going to go out with these chicks tonight. I'm meeting up with these chicks at the hotel. Oh, let me pack my fishnet. Let me pack my wig. Let me pack my hat. Or I want to believe that he was so high that the women brought that stuff. I don't want to believe that Oscar De La Hoya purchased this stuff and planned this whole... Anyway, back to the press conference. It hurts. It hurts to think about it.
All right, now we got a few questions for both of our fighters as we are getting set.
That's
First, we'll get a translation from Martin Betar.
They're like, no, translate that.
All right. So as far as the fight, it's gonna be a great Mexican war, and like Munguia and I, we both come to win. But I can guarantee you that I'm gonna win. I'm gonna prevail, and it's gonna be decisive. So you guys are gonna see a great fight. I want the fans to really enjoy Saturday night, and I'm proud to be here and to make history with both Mexican fighters fighting for the 4 belts for the first time. And then as far as what De La Hoya said, well, you know, like Canelo has his grudges against De La Hoya, and you know, where like he doesn't believe that what De La Hoya said was warranted. And you know, where he thinks that, you know, with the Golovkin fight, that there were some things that Mr. De La Hoya said or did that.
He tried to steal money. And he's a fucking asshole. That's what I say. He's a fucking asshole. He tried to keep the attention for him, not for Munguia. He's a fucking asshole. He steals his fighters. That's what he do.
Focus on your fight.
Okay, and yeah, so that.
Whoa, look how they try to put Martin on the spot, the Spaniard. He's obviously he's the translator. He was translating for PBC and Showtime. Now he's doing it over there for Amazon Prime. Why they try to put him on the spot?
That's pretty much it. Go ahead, Miguel.
Fucking pussy. Motherfucker.
All
Whatever
right.
you want, I'm here for you too, motherfucker.
All right, let's turn our attention back to Canelo and Munguia as we are going to open.
That's some good cussing though. Like his English got real good when he got mad. You know, good on Canelo learning the English language. Let's go watch the face-off. They don't really get into too much else, but it's just like shit. And I remember that scandal where Golden Boy had owed Golovkin some money and Golovkin had to sue. But yeah, I think Munguia can do it. Let's go watch the face-off. Keep De La Hoya away. De La Hoya, you a funny-ass dude. And if he wasn't such a weirdo, you know, sometimes, like he would be like on top of the world. As I said, he still, you know, got his faculties about him. He's sitting on a lot of money. His company is successful, you know, no matter how, like, you know, like it or not, they're still majorly involved in the sport. He still got the look. It's just that he just had a lot of weird shit, man. Unsavory characteristics. I just don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe that stuff to be true. But yeah, looking at the division, let's see here. Well, if you don't know, David Benavidez is moving to 175 to fight Oleksadr Gvovdyk on June the 15th on it's supposed to be a co-feature to Tank Davis, Frank Martin. So like a double, you know, like pay-per-view, even though we know Tank Davis versus Frank Martin is the main event. And that's going to be for the WBC interim title. David Morrell is over on fighting on the Saudis. So Edgar Berlanga is the mandatory. And it seems as though him or Jamal Charlo is going to be the front runner for Canelo in September. Looking like it'll be Jamal Charlo. And then hopefully next May, we'll see Benavidez. I doubt we're going to see Benavidez. I really doubt we're going to see Benavidez. I doubt it. So I'm thinking it's going to be Jamal Charlo and then Edgar Berlanga, because he's got a hard-on for Edgar Berlanga for some reason. And if not, don't be surprised if we get an Errol Spence. Don't be surprised. You think it's too late for Canelo, Lara too? Would y'all entertain that? What if Lara put out a commercial, a cheesy ass commercial, or a call out video where he step out the shadows like, it's my time now, but in like Spanish? Would that get y'all hype? Would you be like, oh shit? You know, like, don't you think like whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to Canelo, Lara too? Give me some of that. No, y'all don't want that? I don't think y'all do. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and TstreeT Controversy for Fight View 360. Thanks for watching.